Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2, part 2, whatever this is, of creating a Notepad-esque text editor thing in Java. So one thing that I was doing while I was waiting for that video to render was just playing around with this thing. So as you can see, there's this little squiggle here that you might be wondering what it is, saying the serializable class, blah blah blah, does not declare a static final serial version UID field type long. It's really just a warning, doesn't mean anything, especially for us since we're not going to be serializing these classes. But if you want to get rid of it, there's a couple ways you can do it, and that's just to actually implement the field. So something like static final long serial version UID. That would get rid of it just by actually implementing the field. Or you could just throw it in at the top of the class, an annotation, suppress warnings, and tell it what type you want, and this is the serial warning that we don't care about. Yeah, it gets rid of it right there too. Same things down here in these actions is give you the same warning there. So I can do probably serial. That actually work there? I guess not. Like I said, it's not a big deal. It's just kind of annoying to look at, but that's how you can get rid of it if you want. But now that that's out of the way, I suppose we should get back to actually doing this thing, since that's what we're here to do. So I also increased the font size because I noticed in the rendering it was kind of blurry. So maybe this will maybe help that, but I don't know. We'll see. So getting back into this thing, we also last time we implemented pretty much the skeleton of this thing. We built some actions that we're going to be building in the menus and some save functionality. It's not fully operational yet. Oops, hit my desk on my chair. It's not fully operational yet as far as like everything that we want to do. So we should probably fix that. That way we can hopefully open this thing up by the time this happens. So first we're going to do this. Why does this say field? Should we say file? Jeez. Bringing my work into my leisure life, I tell ya. So now that we have implemented this basic save file method, we can go ahead and actually implement the save file as completely just by calling save file, and then we're going to have the dialog.get selected file and get absolute path, and boom. That pretty much covers a save file as method. It's just going to reach up in here, call a save file, pass it this directory file name, the actual path of it, and it's going to save it. What are you worrying about? Never used locally. You lie. I just used it. Anyways, now that that's done, we need to, I guess, do the open method. So we'll do private void read in file string file name. If I could spell private right, that would be fairly helpful, I think. I don't know, can't be crazy. And what this is going to do is going to reach out, grab a file, pull it in, and just, boom. Put that file in the reader, or the editor area, whatever. First thing we need to do is implement a try catch, because we're using IO stuff, which throws this. Catch exception E. I mean, theoretically, can, well, I'll show that here after I write this out. Show you a more specific exception that we're looking at, but file reader R is a new file reader file name. Area dot read R. We don't really need this, so null. So what we're doing, we're reaching out, we're grabbing that file, and we're just writing what's in that file into the text area. And after that, we need to close the file, because we don't want any sort of leakage or problems like that. Current file is file name. and changed is false. Why do I keep name? And just to show you ways to do this outside of this is that you can actually, chain try catch blocks. So what generally this is looking for is an IO exception, which is a more specific type of error that is thrown out of this. And then if you want to daisy chain, you can do catch exception E after that, and then handle something there. So this is more generic. Is like the master exception, I guess. Any exception can be caught by that, but only more specific exception. Well, this is like a more specific exception, so this will only catch an IO exception, but this will catch any exception, including IO exception. If that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing people with that, but I'm not a teacher. I'm just a doer. So we can just leave that as it is, and then you can handle exceptions here like e dot print stack trace to see what problems you have. E dot get message will tell you the error message. I prefer a print stack trace though. It really helps in debugging. It actually gives you the trace and what's going on. Stop yelling at me. Okay, so what does that leave us with? Actually, what I could do, what we probably want to do, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that because I just want a general catch exception. We can print the stack trace, and we probably want to alert the user that an error has occurred in this situation. So toolkit, get default toolkit, and we're going to beep at them because it's fun. We're going to yell at them, say, hey, something went wrong. And then J option pane, show message dialog. This will be the component, the text editor thing that we're working with. And the error will be error opening file, and then we'll append the file name. And so what this is going to do is going to try to open it. If it works, then yay, it's in the text editor. If not, we're going to beep at them because it's fun. And then we're going to bring up like a little window or a modal saying, hey, error opening this file. And then that's pretty much what that's going to do. So now that that's in place, we can go up here to our actions and probably start implementing some of this stuff. Fill in these bodies that we have in here. So new, I think we don't need to do anything with that. Well, no. What about open? Yeah, open we definitely need to do. That. Oh, look, I named it the right... Awesome. I named it the right method and everything. That should do all of that. Now we need to do these saves. So this will call. Ugh. Why aren't you highlighting my line? There we go. What did you do that for? Stupid thing. Save action. We're going to call save file, current file. Actually, if it's untitled, we want to call save file as. That way they can give it a file name and everything. This one, we're going to call save file, current file. What is your problem? Shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have called it current file name. It's not clicking for me for some reason. I don't know. It's just not the way I view it, I guess. Save as. We're going to want to save file as. We can just get rid of that. And we need a semicolon. And quit. We can just call, I don't know. First, we're just going to do system.exit 0. What that's going to do is just close the window. Right now, we're not going to worry about checking for a changed, thing or anything. So I actually want to be able to get to the point where we can open up this editor and actually, do something. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that actually. Now that we have all this set up, we have the main, bits and pieces that we need to actually build things in this text editor constructor. So first things first, we should probably set the font for the editor, just like a default opening font. Font area dot set font. No. Need a new font. I can just do monospaced because it's the first one that's popping to mind off the top of my head. Font dot plain, and then a size of 12. So we're setting the font to a new font, the monospaced font. Font.plain just means it's going to be regular font, not italicized or bold. If you want to default that, it's just, font.bold and font.italic. Later on, we'll probably implement like buttons that change the font to, font.bold or italic. But that's later on. What's next? While we're building this editor, let's see. I guess we could do scroll bars. That would be useful. So let's build some scroll bars. That's going to be a misspelled build. J scroll pane scroll new J scroll pane. And we're going to attach that to the area. We do want vertical scroll bars. We just do vertical and horizontal. So vertical scroll bar always, and no, it's going to go off screen. Aren't you? Not. Hello? Give me my IntelliSense. There we go. I know what that was all about. IntelliJ, or not IntelliJ, Eclipse, there. Keep it all on one screen for now. It's going off screen because I made my font bigger to hopefully make it clearer in the video. Let's see, we need to add the scroll bar, because that's not going to work without it. So add scroll, border, layout, center. There you go. We get this add method, by the way, from the JFrame that we're extending, if I recall correctly. Well, it would have to be, because we haven't actually built in an add function. We need to build the menu. So let's go ahead and build some menu options. We want menu options. Actually, we need a menu bar first, but we can just do that underneath this comment. J menu bar, J and B is a new J menu bar. We need to set our J menu bar to JMB. Let's not skip a bunch of lines for that. So now we're actually going to do the menu options. So we want J menu file as a new J menu, and we'll go ahead and give it a string. That way we can display a display value. J menu edit to J menu edit. Then JMB dot add file. JMB dot add edit. So what we're doing here is we are building a J menu bar, which is essentially going to be like this top bar here. And that's going to minimize for me. We're going to set the J menu bar to that. And we're adding these menu options. So file, edit, it'll be like this, file and edit. And these actions that we built earlier, we're going to essentially add those to these menus here, which we will do right about now. So file.add, we want to add new, file.add open, file.add save, file.add save as, file.add quit, and we'll go ahead and do file.add separator. That way we have a little line like this. So this is why I went ahead and created all the actions earlier. That way we can do this. Otherwise, it would be giving us a bunch of errors here. And I just don't like leaving those errors sitting there. It just annoys me. Let's see. What do we want to do next? Next, we need to do the edit menu. So this is the file menu. Next, we want the edit menu. Edit menu. So edit.add cut, edit.add copy, and edit.add paste. What? Paste. There. So since we're doing it like this, where you can see these other actions, new, open, and all that, we gave them a string to display. And we didn't quite do that with the cut, copy, paste stuff. We can go ahead and just do go ahead. Wow. So edit.get item 0.set text cut. So essentially we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. I did it again. Go ahead and go ahead. We're going to do the same thing that we did there. Similar, oh, not the exact same thing. So what this is going to do is get the first item in the list, and it's start at 0. That's how most things work when you program things like arrays and lists. So that's going to get this action here and just set its text to cut. And we want to do similar things to the other ones. So get item 1, set text to copy. Edit. No, edit. How did I get? Wow, that's not even close. LNT. Edit.get item 2. Set text to paste, otherwise known as copy pasta. Copy paste. Okay, what else do we need to do here? I showed pretty much 2 different ways to do that. I guess we do the toolbar setup. Toolbar setup. Exciting stuff. J toolbar. Is it capital B? I think it's capital B. J toolbar, toolbar. New J toolbar. I hope I'm right. Yeah, it's capital B. Okay, good. So we're going to add toolbar. And we're going to add it to the north. North. So essentially that's going to be the top. This is north, south, east, west, center. Where am I? There we go. Toolbar. Whoa. Dot add new. No. Toolbar dot add new. There we go. How many O's do you have in that thing? Toolbar dot add open. Toolbar dot add save. Toolbar dot add separator. There we go. Now it's happy. So now we have our toolbar. We have our menus. What else do we need? We need to put buttons on the toolbar. That's what we need. Toolbar buttons. So we need to J button cut equals toolbar dot add cut. We can do it like this. Copy toolbar dot add copy. Paste toolbar dot add paste. So what we're doing is we're creating 3 different J buttons called cut, copy, paste. and we're adding them to this. So toolbar.addCut adds that action and essentially will return a J button value. That's how we're able to do it like that. What do we need to do? Let's set our default close operation to, spell it right, exits on close. So that way when we close the window, boom, whole thing shuts down. We don't have to worry about it. Let's call pack to pack everything in. Let's call set title to current file name. I remembered it that time. I didn't spell it right, but I remembered it. And let's set visible to true. That way it shows up. Do we need anything else? I mean, if we get any errors, we'll address that as it comes. Well, let's save this and let's run it, see what we get. Will it work? Oh, there we go. It kind of works. We have our text editor. We can type stuff in it. That's cool. See, file has our new open save, save as, quit. Edit has cut, copy, paste. See if those work. Let's go ahead and do hello. Select all of that. Edit, cut. Edit, paste. Hello is there. Also, Control X, Control V, cut and paste. And we'll do something different. So let's do pirate. I don't know. First word that popped in my head. Select it, edit, copy, edit, paste. Boom. It works. And we select it, Control C and Control V, copy, paste. So those are working good. We don't really need to worry about that because we are in a new file. Obviously, we need to do some sort of control over that, you know, enabling and disabling these. Let's go to a test file. Test. File. Save, which should give us this because the thing's untitled. Cool. File. Save as. Give us our dialog box. We can save it in text editor. We'll call test. We need to make sure we do some sort of thing here to only save text files for now. That's the only thing we want to support at this point in time. So we close that, and need to, I guess, update this title here whenever we do that. So now, theoretically, we can run it. Then we should be able to open test.txt, open, and boom, there it is. Yeah, we got it working. Cut the clipboard. See, what I was thinking with here is that these are going to be sort of like another quick access menu bar. That way you can do new open save, or you can do this if you want. But I wanted these to have images on them. And same with these, I have like pictures on them, like a picture toolbar thing. But we'll get to that later. For now, I think that's going to do it for this video, because we're up to almost 24 minutes. And we got a text editor opening, we got it saving, and doing a bunch of cool stuff. So join me next time, and we will expand upon this, do a couple cool things, and then, if you want, leave suggestions for what you would like the text editor to do, so that way I can see about addressing that and implementing that in a further video. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time, if you watch. But I won't see you. But I will see the views go up. Maybe.